Hello, and I can't begin to tell you how excited I am that all the students are back in school. We've had a great week, we really have. The sun has shone and they've all been in a really good mood. It was even windy and rainy and they were still in a good mood and they still behaved immaculately, so it's been fantastic. Everybody's looking really smart with the exception of an occasional pair of trainers there, but you know that I understand about that at the moment. And of course, for the students, the most interesting part of the week has been the lateral flow testing. We have managed to test 90.1% of our student population, and I'm really pleased to say that figure to you. Of course, I do understand, and I know that you all know, that it is not a requirement to return to school to have a lateral flow test, but it does enable us to say that we are taking care of our community and adding to our safety. We have a robust risk assessment in place, and adding the lateral flow test to our already high standard of safety measures makes us all feel much safer. So by Tuesday of next week, we will have tested all of the students who have consented 3 times, and they're getting very good at it. They're very brave and they're really, really patient, and they all know what they're doing. So this means that from Tuesday onwards, all of those who are participating in the testing programme will be able to test at home. Another note for you, if your son and daughter hasn't wanted to be tested in school, but wants to be tested at home in the privacy of their own home, we will still be issuing you with home testing kits. So regardless of whether you've consented or not to school, we will be issuing every student with a home testing kit. Those home testing kits will come out next Thursday, and you will need to test your son or daughter twice a week. We will have tested them here in the first part of the week. They'll need to do another test on Thursday or Friday of next week and then continue with that pattern. So if your son or daughter was tested in school on a Monday, they will need to test at home on a Thursday. If they were tested on a Tuesday, they will need to test at home on a Friday. And we'll put the detail of that in the electronic version of this newsletter. Alongside the really high standard of teaching and learning that you know we have at the school, we are still very much looking after our student wellbeing. And I want to talk to you about 2 programmes of wellbeing that we are now introducing in school. The first is our Student Wellbeing Ambassador programme. 35 of our students are taking part in a 6-week training programme to enable them to mentor people online and help other students with their mental well-being. This peer-on-peer support is going to be really useful now and in the future. So I'm very grateful to those 35 students who volunteered, and we wish them lots of luck with their training. In addition to that, we have also signed up Miss Peters and Mr. Coomber to a coaching programme called STILL, as in standing still. This coaching programme enables Miss Peters and Mr. Coomber to coach students who are suffering from anxiety and help and support them to get rid of that anxiety or at least reduce the symptoms. The STILL method was developed by a therapist and social worker over 20 years, and it is a process that is available for not just students but families and parents as well. We're going to be delivering some workshops after Easter once Miss Peters and Mr. Cooper have finished their training, and hopefully both parents and students will be able to participate in these workshops to help reduce anxiety and build confidence in students across the school. A little message from the English department. This week, Year 7s will be receiving their top 10 vocab lists for Frankenstein. They've got to learn those and work with that key vocabulary in the coming weeks. So if you are a Year 7 parent, please ask your son and daughter about the top 10 vocab they have from English. That's for Frankenstein. Now I'd like to welcome a new part of our school community. So our Year 6s who are due to join us in September and their parents. I know you might well be watching this now, and this will be the first virtual newsletter that you're going to receive. We're very excited to see you in September, so welcome to our school, and I hope you enjoy this and the other newsletters that you're going to receive between now and then. Welcome to our school. Now, in a moment, you're going to notice that I magically changed my clothes, and also my desk might look slightly different. This is because, by the skill of Mr. Peacock and his editing, we're going to share with you a part of my assembly that I sent out to the students this week, sharing our thoughts and plans for Red Nose Day, Comic Relief Day. So in a moment, all Comic Relief, all Red Nose Day, so you know what we have told the students about that particular day. Okay, so moving forward, the future. Well, a week Friday, March the 19th, is Comic Relief Day, and we are going to celebrate comic relief at school. It is a celebration of all things funny, but of course, the reason we do this is to raise money for much needed charities, both in the UK and internationally. So, how are we at King's Academy Ringmer going to raise money for comic relief? First of all, we're opening Parent Pay, so you can donate through Parent Pay, and you can donate anything from £1 to £20. So that's great news. It will be a non-uniform day, and it will be a Wear Red Day. Can I please remind you that it doesn't mean wear red hair permanently. If you want to wear red hair, you can wear a wig. Please do not dye your hair with either semi-permanent or permanent red dye, because I will not be happy. I will be happy though if you come into school wearing red as part of your contribution to Comic Relief Day. The second thing we'd like you to do is film your favourite joke and upload it onto your house classroom. All of the things that we're going to be doing now, whenever we do charity events, whenever we have non-uniform days, there will be an element of inter-house competition. So of course the winner of the best joke on Comic Relief Day will get their house badge, their house colours, as I've talked about earlier this week. So, best joke, film it, put it into your house classroom. That's number 2. Number 3, there's going to be a book sale in the library, so you can head over to the library, and we will do that in social distancing bubbles, so you can go and have a look at the book sale, see if you can find a book of jokes, maybe. And number 4, there will be an inter-house competition on the 3G. What are we playing, sir? What are we playing? It's a penalty shootout at lunchtime on the 3G. You need to bring your boots or your Astros, but you can participate, and again, you will have to donate in a bucket to enter, and of course the winner, lots of celebration, and I'm no doubt some sort of inter-house reward for that. Now, I know what your question is going to be. It's Red Nose Day. I know it's Red Nose Day. And I contacted Comic Relief myself to say, how are we going to wear red noses and face coverings at the same time? And they were very apologetic, and they said that the Red Nose Day and all its design takes a year to organise, and a year ago they were not anticipating people having to wear face coverings and red noses at the same time. I asked them if they designed a Red Nose Day face covering. No, they said, because it takes a year for us to organise, so we didn't think of it at the time. The situation is that you can't wear a face covering and a red nose. You just can't. So I'm going to say to you guys, I'm really sorry, but no red noses in school on noses. You can wear them on your fingers, you can have them with you, but we can't put them on our noses because we have to wear face coverings. Unless, of course, you're outside at break time, that's fine. What we can do, however, because Comic Relief didn't manage it, is have a fun face mask day. So I know that I like your face coverings to be plain, but on Comic Relief Day, fun face coverings. You can even, if you want to, design your own and wear it that day. Maybe a face covering with a red nose on it, drawn on it, obviously. So our one competition is the best fun face mask instead of red noses. I know some of you will be disappointed, but I still think we can have a fabulous Red Nose Day without having the red nose on with our face coverings. So, lots of red a week Friday. except for the hair. Thank you very much. Lots of fun face coverings. 3G competition for penalty shootout, the library sale, and of course the joke competition. Your best funny. That gives me an idea. So, there's this boy, and he is just a head. When he was born, he just had a head. He had a very helpful, useful, fulfilling life. And when he reached the age of 18, his father said, "Son, you and me, we're going to the pub for your very first drink because you're 18 now." So the dad tucked his son under his arm and off he went to the pub with his son. Sat him on the bar, gave him his first pint. The son drank down the first pint, and would you believe it, as soon as he finished the first pint, out popped a body. And everybody in the pub went, "Oh, give him another pint, see what happens." So he had another pint, out popped 2 arms. Then he had a third pint, and out popped 2 legs. And you should have heard the pub, they were all cheering and shouting, it was so exciting. And the son, he got so excited that he just jumped down from the bar, rushed out into the street, straight into the path of a car, and bam, dead. And the barman turned to his father and said, "That boy should have quit while he was ahead." Well, I thought it was a really funny joke. I thought Mr. Bouchot was quite rude, but there you go. Hopefully you all agree that that was a really good joke. Anyway, it's not going to be the best joke, otherwise I personally will win the competition, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so before we leave today, I'd like to also share with you a poem that I read in assembly. It's a favourite of mine. It's a short poem, and actually today, as I read it, it's a message to you parents out there. So this is a message from me to you. It's called "Do Not Ask Your Children to Strive" by William Martin. Do not ask your children to strive for extraordinary lives. Such striving may seem admirable, but it is the way of foolishness. Help them instead to find the wonder and the marvel of the ordinary life. Show them the joy of tasting tomatoes, apples and pears. Show them how to cry when pets and people die. Show them the infinite pleasure in the touch of a hand. And make the ordinary come alive for them. The extraordinary will take care of itself.